How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Wakey Wakey Podcast. My name is Dylan Yasanovsky. I will be the main proprietor, I suppose, of this podcast. Starting this is an idea that I've had for quite a little bit, and my mind kind of worked through a couple of iterations of it. However, the main purpose of this Wakey Wakey is supposed to be to just kind of wake you up, get you on the right foot of the day. Maybe you woke up with some thoughts, some ideas, and we all have these thoughts and ideas, and whether they're good or they're bad, especially if they're bad, I think it's important to remember that we all have them, and the whole purpose is to kind of get your mind flowing, get it spruced up, get you thinking about the world and about ideas and things, and maybe get rid of that voice in the back of your head. I planned for every episode to be about 5 to 10 minutes in length, maybe Monday through Friday. I think I'm going to start it off Monday and Wednesday, so it kind of is this get over the shit days. I don't know why, but Mondays obviously have a reputation for being bad. Wednesdays are hump days. I just feel like once you get past Wednesday, you're kind of just like, all right, shit, I can do this. But anyway, so yeah, the idea of this is to just put your mind at ease and maybe just wake up with a conversation, It's also easy for me. I'm going to be probably the only person doing this podcast. It's just going to be a one-man podcast. That way I can just wake up along with you folks and have my coffee and relax and just think about things and set my mind at ease a little. So yeah, without further ado, this is the Wakey Wakey Podcast. Anyway, so episode 1, chapter 1, whatever, the first podcast, the first one, number 1. It is, it's going to be about taking steps back or having fallbacks, having things get in your way. Maybe not even fallbacks, but stalls. Stalls and fallbacks is what we'll call it. Now, personally for me, I'm someone who really has so many ideas. I like to get my physical exercise in, and I've got a lot going on. I've got a lot of things that I'm always trying to develop and do, this being one of them. I've always wanted to break into podcasts. I tried it for a little bit. It's hard to get people together on the same schedule. However, that's why I'm here doing this one, which is by myself, and hopefully I can follow through with this and I don't let my stupid, annoying brain shoo me off of it, because it tends to do that, and I'm sure we all have that as well. And that is basically the main focus of this podcast, is shutting out that voice inside your head that said, well, this isn't really working out, and I should just stop, because that's not how really things get done. Things get done by determination, and you have to fail, and you have to fail many times, I'm sure, as you've heard from numerous amounts of speeches and fucking whatever is out there. But all these self-help books and everything. And this is kind of meant to just sum up those thoughts quickly and not take up too much of your time, but maybe you just want someone else to relate to. So basically, setbacks and stalls and fallbacks. I want to talk about that firstly because of the time that I'm recording this now. I don't know when or who or if anyone will be listening to this. However, currently I'm recording this in the middle of the worldwide COVID-19 pandemic. Now, I thought this was a good time to begin this because I am having a lot of issues myself over the last few days. Just struggling with this, what feels like a setback. I'm now quarantined in my home. There's now not a lot of job opportunity for me out there right now. To explain my own situation, I actually just finished up college. I just finished up school, and I was on the fast track of, ignoring my degree and trying to find a job in which that I love. And that's another story for another day. But essentially, right as I'm trying to dive into this job market and put the keys in the right hole, this whole pandemic sort of happens. And now not a lot of people are hiring. Sure, I could go get a job somewhere and at the market and everything, but somewhere just random in the time being, and that would be a job. But honestly, I'm out there fishing for a job that I love. And we all have these things that we're aiming for, especially at a young age, such as myself. I'm 24 years old. I'm just trying to figure it out, get the establishment going. And here we are now. Everything's shut down, and a lot of times things like this can happen. On top of that, I have a secondary passion which involves the live music industry, which is now shut down for probably about a year. Something that I've been working the whole previous year to kind of build myself into. So now that that's shut down, you can imagine I myself am pretty like, okay, wow, maybe I shouldn't go this route, because who knows how common situations like this could be. But the thing with that is, these setbacks and these stalls, these things that just hit you in the face with a big no, it kind of shows up and almost basically tells you what you're doing is not right for you, and this is clearly not going to work. And you'll have that voice in your head telling you, all right, well, what's plan F, or whatever number letter you're on? And I had those thoughts as well over the last few weeks. I thought, this isn't going to work. I got to just take what I should be going for and whatever. But at the same time, you can't do that. These things are all meant to teach you something. And even if it seems like it's setting you back a whole year, or you're not making progress towards this goal, you cannot give up on it, because you can pick yourself right back up where you started later on. And you need to remember what you're learning from this situation and what you're going to take with you out of this to better advance you in life and things. And a book I read over the last year, which I know many people have read and recommend, is The Alchemist. And there's a point in The Alchemist in which the main protagonist, he, on his journey to go to the pyramids, he gets held up at a silver shop trying to make some money to continue his journey and get across the desert. And in this time, he needs to get money quicker, so he starts working at a silver shop, and he comes up with all these ideas, and XYZ basically becomes a great salesman. And he thinks to himself at some point, well, why even go to the pyramids at all? This was some dream I had, and what's even waiting there for me? And if I recall, he struggles with the idea, or he ponders the idea that he could just stay at this silver shop and live this life and not have to go to the pyramids anymore. He's making money. He's doing very well for himself. But also at the same time, he feels kind of bad that, like he's not working towards this goal, or at some point he questions, whether he's ever going to make it there. And the moral of the story is take a deep breath and learn what you can from these setbacks or these stalls. Accept them for what they are, and use the knowledge that you gain to achieve your end goal, to accomplish whatever task you are trying to accomplish in your life. And this you will notice when you use these things. And yeah, so accept these setbacks, accept these stalls, and for what they are, and you'll be flying high. I promise you that. Anyway, this is episode 1. Thank you so much for listening. I very much appreciate it. I plan to do a lot more of these pretty soon here, and yeah, appreciate it.